Welcome to Lesson 2.8, Subtraction Algorithms. Today we will look at the counting up method and the trade first method. Let's practice the counting up method. You can find the difference between the numbers by counting up from the smaller number to the bigger number. I have an example of a problem down below, 89 minus 36. What I want to do is start at 36 and count my way up to 89. I want to figure out how many numbers are in between 36 and 89. I'm going to start by adding 4 to 36. Every time you add a number in the counting up method, you need to circle it. 36 plus this 4, I know there's a minus sign here, this seems strange, but remember our goal, we're counting up from 36 to get it back to 89. 36 plus 4 is 40. I'm going to write that right underneath. And I'm going to draw a line under it. Now I want to think, how much do I need to add to 40 to get to 89? I'm going to try adding 20 plus 20. You can pick whatever number to add on that's easiest for you. I'm going to circle it because that's what I'm adding. 20 plus the 40 that I had brings me up to 60. Remember, the goal is for me to get up to 89. I'm going to add another 20, and I'm going to circle it. 60 plus 20 brings me to 80. And now all I need to do is add 9 more, and I'll be at 89. Plus 9. Okay, this brings me to 89, but this is not the answer to my problem. To find the answer to my problem, I need to figure out how much I added on to 36 to get up to 89. If you think back, every time I added on a number, I circled it. So I'm going to add now all of these circled parts together. 4 plus 20 plus 20 and plus 9. You can add the number string together in whatever order makes it easiest. I know a 20 and a 20 makes a 40, and then I can add a 49. Well, I can add 9 to get 49, and then all I have to do is add 4 more. That gives me a final answer of 53. And I'm going to go ahead and circle it. All right, let's look at another example. This time I have a 124 minus 35. In counting up, I start at the bottom and I work my way up to the top. Let's see, how much do I want to add to 35? I think I'm going to do a plus 5. And I have to circle it because that's what I'm adding. That's going to bring me 35 plus 5. That's going to bring me to the number 40. Now, 124 is a huge number. So I'm going to add on a pretty big amount this time. I'm going to try adding on 50. And I'm going to circle it to show that that's what I've added. 50 plus the 40 brings me up to 90. I know now that if I add a 10 to 90, I'm going to get to 100. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that 10. Now I'm up to 100. And I know that I can just add 24 to bring me to 124. And then to find my answer, I'm going to add all of the parts that I've circled. So I'm going to add 5 plus 50 plus 10 plus 24. 50 plus 10 is 60. I'm going to add 24. That brings me to 70, 80, 84. And now I'm going to add 5, and that will give me an answer of 89. And I'm going to circle it because that is my answer to this problem. So 124 minus 35 gives me an answer of 89. Time for the quiz question. Here's quiz question number 1. Please use the counting up method to solve this problem. 56 minus 12. You should write this down in your math notebook. Start at the bottom number of 12 and figure out what you need to add to arrive back up at the number 56. When you're done, you can continue the video. Please pause the video to solve this problem. We're now going to look at the trade first algorithm for subtraction. For subtraction, when we use this method, we want the top number to be larger than the bottom number. If it's not larger than the bottom number, we have to make a trade first before we can subtract the numbers. We're going to see an example of this on the next screen. All right, here's that same problem, 71 minus 46. I want to subtract. First, I need to check all of my numbers. I'm going to start in the ones place. 1 minus 6. This number is not bigger than 6, so I cannot subtract these two numbers. So I need to make some trades. Down below, you'll see I have some blocks, just like we have in the classroom. Here's our 7 tens right here, and I have 1 cube right there. I want to take this 1 and subtract 6. You'll see here is the 1 cube. I don't have 6 to take away. So I'm going to make a trade. What I'm going to do is take this long and trade it in for the 10 separate cubes. So here it goes. I'm going to put it down here. I'm taking it away and I'm trading it in. Here's my extra blocks for 10 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to show my work to show what I just did. I took away 1 10, so instead of 7, now I have 6. And I gave that 10, turned it into 10 little cubes over here. So I gave that 1 cube that was all alone 10 more. So now there's 11 cubes there. Now I can subtract the numbers. I have 11 cubes. I can take away 6 now. So here they go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. How many cubes are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 ones or 5 cubes left. Okay, now I'm going to subtract my tens. I have 6 tens and I want to take away 4. Here they go. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many tens are left? That's right, there's 2 tens left. I'm going to go ahead and show that work. The answer to the problem is 25. In this example, we did not do ballpark estimate. You may have noticed it up there. We will take a look at doing a ballpark estimate on the next problem. This time I have the problem 84 minus 37. We're going to start with a ballpark estimate. This will give us an idea of what our answer should be. 84. I'm going to look at the ones place. I see that it's smaller than 5, so my 8 stays the same. And that other digit turns to a 0. So I have 80 minus. Now here's 37. The 7 is bigger than 5, so I'm going to add a 10. Instead of 3 tens, there's 4 now. And the other digit turns into a 0. 80 minus 40 gives me 40. I'm going to expect an answer that's close to 40 when I'm done with this problem. Okay, let's start our subtraction. 4 ones take away 7. Here's the 4. You'll see I can't take away 7 because there's only 4 here. So I need to make a trade. I'm going to trade in one of these longs by taking it away and trading it in for 10 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now I need to show what I did. I took away 1 10 instead of 8 tens. Now there's 7. And then that turned into 10 cubes, which I'm adding to the 4 that were already here. So that gives me 14. Now I can subtract. Okay, I have 14, take away 7. Here's all the 14 cubes. I want to take 7 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. How many are left? 7. Now I'm going to subtract my tens. 7 minus 3. Here's 7 tens. I'm going to take away 3. 1, 2, and 3. How many are left? 4. The answer to the problem is 47. Notice that's close to what we expected it to be. We made our ballpark estimate of 40. We can also use the trade first algorithm for 3-digit problems. In this example, you'll see for the blocks, we've added in those flats, which represent the hundreds. The problem is 243 minus 158. My first job is to make a ballpark estimate. I want to think about 243. What is that number close to? I can either estimate it to the hundreds or estimate it to the tens. I'm going to estimate it to the tens. So this 2 here in the hundreds place is just going to stay like it is. And then when I want to estimate to the tens, I look at the number to the right of it. It's a 3. That's smaller than 5, so the 4 is going to stay the same. And that 3 will turn into a 0. So 240, take away. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to estimate this to the tens place. This 100 just stays where it is. I look at the number to the right. It's higher than 5. It's an 8. So that means I need to add another 10 here. The 5 will change to a 6. And the 8 will become a 0. So my ballpark estimate is 240 minus 160. All right. So that one is a little bit tricky because we would almost need to make a trade in order to solve it. Let's write it out like this. 240 minus 160. Well, it'll give us a chance to practice our trades. 0 minus 0 is 0. 4 minus 6, this is where we run into a problem because the 6 is larger than the 4, so I cannot do this. I'm not going to use the blocks here because I'm estimating. I'll just show you what would happen. We would have to go to the hundreds and take 1 away. So instead of 2, there would be 1. And the 1 I took away, that 100 is going to break apart into 10 tens. So we're going to add 10 to this 4, and it becomes 14. Now we can subtract. 14 take away 6. That's 8. 1 take away 1 is nothing, so our ballpark estimate to this problem is 80. We would expect our answer to be somewhere around 80. Let's go back to the problem and get started. Okay, I'm going to start always with my ones. 3 minus 8. I'm going to look. Is that possible? No, it's not. So I need to see if I can make a trade from the tens. Here I have 4 tens. But I wanted to take away 5. Is that possible? No, it's not. So for this problem, I need to start my trades all the way over at the 100s. Can I do 2 minus 1? Yeah, that's possible. I'm going to take away one of these hundreds, and it's going to break apart into 10 tens. I'm going to get them from my extra block pile. Here we go. So I'm going to give that and turn it into 10 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to show what I did. I took away 100, so instead of 2 I had 1. and I gave 10 tens to these 4 tens that are here. So now I have 14. Okay, we're not done though, because remember we need to be able to subtract our ones. So I want to take these 3 ones and take away 8. What do I have to do? Yes, we have to make a trade. So we are going to take now one of these 10s away. There it goes. And it's going to give 10 more to the ones that were already here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And again, I need to show what I just did. This time remember I had 14 here. We already made a trade. So now I took 1 away. That became 13. Sorry, it's getting a little squishy in here with the words, but our 14 turned to 13. And then that gave us 10 more for our ones. So the 10 ones plus the 3 ones that were already there means we now have 13 ones. Finally, all my numbers are big enough so I can make my trades. I want to do 13 minus 8. So here's my 13, and I want to take away 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many ones are left? 5. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the 10s. I have 13 of them, and I want to take away 5. 1, oh, it bounced back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. How many 10s are left? Yes, there's 8. Okay, and that 100, take away 100. Okay, I need to take away the last 100 I have. So the one I had, take away that 1 is nothing. So I don't need to write anything here. So the answer to my problem is 85. This is very close to our ballpark estimate down here of 80. Here it's time for you to do the quiz question number 2. Use the trade first algorithm to solve 45 minus 29. If you need to draw pictures of flats, longs, and cubes, go ahead and do that to help you solve the problem. Quiz question number 3. Use the trade first algorithm to solve. This time it's a 3-digit number, and there is a double trade. It might be tricky, but I want you to try it. If you need to, go back and watch the example that I did on double trades. You can go back and watch it as many times as you need to. Go ahead and figure that out. And that's the end of today's lesson, students. I'll see you back in class tomorrow. Have a good night.